For 1,000 years, Christianity sucked the vital emotions out of people. Emotions that could lead to change, could lead to the betterment of humans. Oh, you are dying of plague. Your lord went insane and started a 10th war in 5 years. Your crops are rotting in the fields. There are too few hands left to pick them up because they got called to work for free by the local bishop. Worry not, my friend. Don't try to better your circumstances. No, no, no. Just believe that when you die, you shall be eternally happy. By the way, give us money, or you won't get to be eternally happy after death. Understood? Got it yet? Good. Christianity is a travesty that devastated Europe and birthed Islam because Muhammad got to know you can just make shit up and people not only roll with it, but make you a god. Immortalize your insignificant existence. It was only with the advent of Protestantism that some, stifled and subdued whenever Christianity could possibly manage to do so, vital emotions of humans got a tiny bit liberated. Cue the fast rise of the countries with this liberated vitality. Sweden, Prussia, England, which ended up using this vitality in order to rule the world, in essence due to a king's lust overcoming the incessant brainwashing of the Vatican. Pretty inconceivable reason. But hey, results speak for themselves. All people who attempted to impose their will, their moral code, on their surrounding humans, their neighbors, essentially succeeded. What do I mean by that? I mean that any attempt by a man to manipulate the population's minds and will is remembered up to this day. Buddha, Confucius, Greek philosophers, Jesus, Muhammad, Jewish rabbis as a collective, Marx, Hitler, Trump. Yes, Trump with his MAGA. Does it not strike you that so many men did accomplish the feat of imposing their way of thinking on others, for selfish, narcissistic reasons? What does it say about the feeble minds of humanity that need to follow, are unable to stop following the words of people long dead? Protestants and Enlightenment were about the liberation of thought from those shackles many crazy psychopaths imposed on it, about ditching the old and pointless rituals and rules, in order to live in the present, in order to work and work smart, try and better your and your family's circumstances constantly. This is the core of Protestantism, betterment of your material situation, that's it. And it's the best possible ideology to have. Just work to upgrade yourself. That is all ideology anyone needs. The book that you can read for yourself. No pope, no priest to interpret it for you. Only your own critical thinking skills. To be honest, now that I think about it, perhaps Protestant countries invented so much because they sharpened their critical thinking skills by reading the Bible and trying to interpret it themselves. No imam to delegate actual reflection and thought about the written word. No mind-numbing ritual to weaken your knees and drive you into submission for the priest class. Moving on, what would a 30-year-old man who never heard about the concept of religion think of a sudden visit from a Christian priest? Is kneeling a gesture of submission to God or the priestly authority? Would he be absolutely right to dismiss the ramblings of a madman about the Holy Trinity and the insane guy named Jesus? Yes, he would be absolutely, objectively correct to dismiss said priest. We don't, for the very simple reason of incessant brainwashing and rituals forced upon us like christening, Holy Communion, the sound of bells waking us the fuck up from our blissful sleep, and so on and so forth. It all serves to subjugate spirit and body. All religions have those blatant manipulation techniques baked into their creed. For centuries, the only form of medicine Christianity provided for their flock of sheep was a bit of oil smeared on their foreheads. the so-called faith healing. I don't think I need to describe it anymore. You should understand intuitively what faith healing is, even with my troubles pronouncing it correctly. Now, why work on developing medicine if after death you go to live forever in heaven? Christianity literally killed possible billions and 1,000 years of progress for humanity. And it still continues its evil mission, now for some reason trying to go woke and convert more people into homosexuals per orders from the insane socialist Pope from Argentina. Does he not know how socialism destroyed his country? Madness, evil, and subversion of inherently noble human spirit, Christianity and all religions will always represent. Why is the human spirit born noble instead of born in some sort of sin, like the religions want you to believe? Well, humans are part of nature, are animals, yet we evolved to possess the ability of cognition and communication. The ability to rise up above our inherent urges and create beauty, wonder, spark of wisdom. We are noble animals from birth. There is no ridiculous, and I mean it, the absolutely outrageous idea of some original sin. Are trees also originally sinful? Are elephants, dogs, cats also somehow sinning by virtue of them being born? Madness. I went off topic a couple times here, but ultimately no word was wasted in this video, I think. All the concepts I wanted to convey were spoken of, more or less. First statement. Christianity is a travesty that devastated Europe, destroyed both Western and Eastern Rome, stopped all advancements of thought and writing, put people's focus on the afterlife instead of the betterment of current material life, made the believers live in miserable guilt over their very human and common impulses and actions. And so on and so forth. I could sit and write for an hour about all the negatives of religion. Second statement. Humans are noble animals from birth. There is no ridiculous, and I mean it absolutely outrageous idea of some original sin. And sin in general simply represents bad behavior, dark and selfish behavior. There is nothing wrong with behaving selfishly and not wanting to give your money and loyalty to the local priest, government, community. It's a pure manipulation tactic used by the clergy basically worldwide, because it's so simplistic and basic that all con artists hungry for power came up with it independently. Third statement. Only after ditching the shackles of Christianity did Europe come out of the Dark Ages and proceed to rule the world and advance science.